Jake sat in his brand new BMW in the parking lot of his daughter's school recital, and he couldn't make himself go inside. Not because he didn't love Emma, but because he'd missed the last four. And the one before that, he'd shown up late, checked his email through the whole performance, and left early for a conference call. His phone buzzed with texts from his wife, Sarah. "Where are you?" Then, "She keeps looking for you." Then, "Never mind." Those two words hit him like a punch. He was winning at everything except the only things that mattered. Jake grew up in a trailer park outside Tucson. His dad left when he was 6. His mom worked at a diner, came home smelling like fryer grease, and still somehow made him feel like they'd be okay. When Jake got a full scholarship to state college, his mom cried for an hour. When he made his first big commission, he bought her a new car. Every win felt like he was outrunning his past. He met Sarah at a company mixer. She was an accountant with a sharp laugh and zero tolerance for nonsense. Emma was born 2 years later, and Jake swore he'd give her everything he never had. And he did. Just not what she actually needed. Jake was good at sales. Really good. Promotions came fast. Senior account exec, regional manager, director of sales for the entire Southwest. Each title came with more money, more pressure, more hours. Sarah handled Emma's school pickups, doctor's appointments, playdates. "You're building our future," she'd say. And he believed it. But providing became performing. He wasn't just making money, he was proving something. To his mom, to his old neighborhood, to himself. The job consumed him. Weeknights meant client dinners. Weekends meant proposals. Family vacations became working trips where Sarah and Emma went to the pool while Jake took calls. Emma stopped asking him to play. She just accepted that Daddy was busy. And that acceptance broke something in Sarah. "You missed her birthday," Sarah said one Tuesday night, her voice flat. "Emma's birthday. You said you'd be home by 6. It's 11:30. The cake's in the trash." She cried herself to sleep. He promised to do better. He always did. And he always meant it. But there was always one more deal, one more emergency, one more thing he couldn't say no to at work while saying no to his family every single day. His body started rebelling. Migraines, chest pains that sent him to the ER twice. His doctor was blunt. "Your blood pressure is through the roof. You're not sleeping. When's the last time you exercised for fun?" Jake couldn't remember. That night in the parking lot, Jake finally walked into the school auditorium. The recital was over. He found Sarah and Emma by the door. Emma's face when she saw him showed hope, then recognition that he'd missed it, then something worse. Indifference. She just turned back to her program. Sarah looked at him with eyes that held no anger left, just exhaustion. She stopped asking if you were coming. "I told her you had to work." She said, "He always has to work." Sarah's voice cracked. "I want a divorce. I can't do this anymore. I'm raising Emma alone while you're married to a job that'll replace you the second you're not useful." Emma tugged Sarah's hand. "Can we go home now?" And Jake realized he wasn't home to them anymore. He was a stranger who paid the bills. The divorce was fast. Sarah took primary custody in the house. Jake moved into a corporate apartment with beige walls and furniture that came with the lease. He barely saw Emma every other weekend, and she spent most of it on her iPad because they didn't know how to talk to each other anymore. One night, Jake's boss called him at 9 p.m. about a client issue. Jake said something he'd never said before. "I'm off the clock. Handle it." He quit 2 weeks later. No backup plan. No next job lined up. His colleagues thought he'd had a breakdown, but Jake did it because he'd lost everything that mattered, and suddenly, the salary felt like blood money. Jake took a job at a small nonprofit helping low-income families with financial literacy. The pay was less than half his old salary. His boss, Rita, asked during his interview, "Why'd you leave corporate?" "Because I forgot how to be human," Jake said. She hired him on the spot. The work was simple. Teach people to budget. Help them understand credit. No performance reviews, no quotas, just showing up and helping. And something strange happened. Jake started sleeping through the night. With Emma, he stopped trying to be fun dad with expensive outings. He just showed up. They'd go to the park, make spaghetti badly, watch movies, no agenda. One Saturday, Emma asked, "Why aren't you busy anymore?" "Because I was busy with the wrong things," Jake said. Like trying to be important instead of trying to be your dad. Emma thought about that. "I like you better now." Those 5 words healed something Jake didn't know was broken. Sarah noticed the change. When he picked up Emma, he wasn't distracted. He asked real questions and listened. He knew her teacher's name. "You seem different," Sarah said. "I am," Jake said. "I'm actually here now." They started having coffee while Emma was at soccer practice. Not romantic, just 2 people finding their way back to friendship. Then maybe something more. Jake's life got smaller in every measurable way. Smaller apartment, smaller paycheck, no prestige, no corner office. But he knew Emma's favorite song. He could tell you what made Sarah laugh. He tasted his food. He slept without medication. He lived simply. And in that simplicity, he found the magic he'd been chasing through every promotion, every bonus, every achievement that left him emptier than before. The magic of simplicity isn't about having less stuff. It's about having less noise. Less pressure to perform a life instead of live one. Jake learned what our culture doesn't teach. Complexity is a drug. More meetings, more goals, more achievement. It feels productive, but it's often just avoidance of the terrifying simplicity of just being present with the people you love. 2 years later, Jake and Sarah remarried. Small ceremony. Emma was the flower girl. They live in a regular house. Jake still works at the nonprofit. They take modest vacations. Nobody's impressed by their life from the outside. But Emma knows her dad will be at her recitals. Sarah knows her husband hears her. Jake knows what his favorite color is. It's the blue of Emma's eyes, same shade as his mom's. He's not successful anymore by the metrics that used to define him. But he's happy. He's present. He's alive in his own life. And that is the only success that actually matters. The magic of simplicity saved him. Not by giving him more, by giving him back himself.